I found this dresser at the thrift store last week, and what really sold me on it were these amazing curved front drawers that didn't require any hardware to open. It also had this laminate top, which I really wasn't fond of the look of, and a very deep scratch on one of the sides that went right through the veneer. So let's see what we can do with this piece. It's been my experience that the thrift stores do a really good job of keeping loose parts on pieces together, like this drawer guide here, which I'll have to reattach. I first tried using an iron to heat up the glue and loosen it so I could pry off that laminate top. And that didn't work out so well. Because the laminate was just attached to a cheap piece of fiberboard, I decided to go ahead and just remove the whole thing and replace the top with a new piece of wood. I used a couple of the curved attachments to my carbide scraper to scrape that finish off of the curved edges on these drawers. I had to be very careful while sanding this piece because the veneer was very, very thin. So I went directly to 220 grit. Now it's time to cut the new board to size for the top. I glued and screwed the new top on. The edges of the new top were unfinished, so I decided to give this iron-on veneer edging a try. It was actually very easy to use, and it turned out great. After the edging had cooled, I took a razor blade and just cut off all of the excess and then sanded it all smooth. I first prepped the piece with some Minwax pre-stain wood conditioner used for oil-based stains because that's what I was going to be using. So I just brushed it on, waited about 10 minutes, and then wiped off any excess. I decided to use this espresso color by Varathane, and I began by starting with the legs and the base. For the drawers, I wanted a graduated effect from top to bottom, going from light to dark. So after staining the legs and the base, I took some paint thinner and diluted the stain by 50% for the bottom drawer. And then for each consecutive drawer, as I went up, I diluted it again by 50% each time to give me that dark to light graduation as I went up. I did have to go over each drawer twice to get the depth of color that I was looking for. I really wanted the grain to stand out on the drawers and the top, so I decided to use this white Minwax finishing wax. And then for the base, I use this Citrus Shield finishing wax. This was a fun little dresser to work on because I got to use a couple of different techniques. So let's take a look at the results.